What's up, ladies and gents? I'm Leech217, and welcome your faces to Empire Total War America Civil War mod. So, this is a mod I actually have never tried out before. It's something I've seen before, watched YouTube videos on, but I haven't seen it in a long time. And, there's a new game out called War of Rights. Definitely check it out. I'm probably going to have a link in the description. It's nothing like this. It's more of a first-person shooter, kind of. It's in early access alpha, that sort of thing. But it looks super cool, awesome, and I was like, I'm not gonna buy the game just yet, but I will play something Civil War. The American Civil War is a very interesting time. So, we are going to be playing as the Confederates today. So we'll go to Civil War. There is a mod for the American Civil War for Napoleon Total War. I might check that out next, but we're just gonna do this on normal. I'm not here to try to do anything super special. We might do a short campaign if yeah, I'll just do a short campaign, and if everything goes well, I will just destroy the entire North, unify it under the Confederacy. So, anyways, let's do this. So yeah, ACW 3.0 Brothers versus Brothers, welcome. We proudly present the third version of the American Civil War mod to ETW. Enjoy the game. The ACW team. So thank you guys for making this. It's awesome. It's awesome because you got the whole campaign here as well. You don't get just... I mean, they didn't really have to, like, remake anything. Just give certain peeps certain things. I got 50K in the bank. And so let us see what we can do. Ooh, I am going to have to change something. Also, if the... yeah, we're going to have to change sound as well. Master volume. Hopefully that's not too loud, actually. Yeah, it should be fine. Just go through all these. This is basically how I start every game I ever did for Empire at War. Or, sorry, wrong game. Total War, Empire Total War. Let's see. Which one would make us more... I'm trying... How do I check the... So objectives, we need to get we need to get Missouri, Michigan, Pennsylvania, and even New France. Interesting. Why New France? I want to try to get Maryland as well. Of course, we're just gonna try to take out the entire North. Let's get that. Minor faction. Yo, Great Britain, what's up, my boys? Want to help us out? Just a wee bit. United Provinces. Whoa! Easy, lads, easy. Request an alliance. Hoo-hoo-hoo. No. Screw you, dudes. Screw you. Spain, what's up, my brothers? What's up, my Mexican brothers? How's it going? Yes, yes. Give me some tacos. Actually, this is Mexican. I'm sorry, guys. That's right. I don't know history. My Spaniard brothers? There we go. This is my Mexican brothers. Actually, no. We're still butthurt over Mexico. Yes, we're gonna need their help. Well, at least trade-wise. We're not really needing their help. I'm ashamed. I'm ashamed for saying what I said earlier. Oh, man. Yep, there we go. There we go. 80. Okay, I think we're good here. Maybe request an alliance? Okay. Well, it's good. It's good. It's good. Shoot, I'm trying to remember exactly where I... Is it government? Yes, here we go. Trade. So cotton is good. Tobacco is right behind. So let's do cotton. Cotton was actually really, really good in the South during this time. I am not going to try to do any sort of Civil War history on you guys. I will tell you that I did have family fight in the Civil War, both on the Union and on the Confederate side. So I am in between. I'm trying so hard to not get into like a political thing in the comments section. I know it's gonna happen. But if you guys have any stories to tell about your family or what you think of the Civil War in the U.S., hopefully the only one that ever happens, tell me down in the comments. I'd be more than willing to hear it. For me, I'm going to be stepping on eggshells. Tried so hard not to say something hard to talk about at the time. I might loosen up through this playthrough, so yeah, why not? How much money do we have? We have 28k left. Let's check out some of our northern regions. We're gonna need to definitely start building this stuff up. No, we'll just build all that up. Build you. I forgot we had walls in this game. That's great. Let's build that. Frickin' Texas! San Antonio. Let's see. I lived in Texas for most of my life, so I learned the Texas history of the Civil War and everything. I don't remember that much of it at this point in time because it was so long ago. But I did take a Civil War class back in the day as well. Well, when I first was in college, so I might talk about that. I am kind of surprised that we actually have this territory down here. Huh. But yeah, during this time, Texas just became a state in right before the Civil War started. I think it was a couple years after Texas joined and the Civil War started. He's like, oh, great. Texas tried to be independent, and it did not work. We were just like, dude, America, take us, please, before Mexico comes after us again. Oh, man. It was ridiculous, let me tell you. Do we have a... I'm pretty sure we have... No, we don't. We don't have a tree. Happiness. 0 happiness. Why 0 happiness? Do we have... This is where the tech tree is supposed to be, isn't it? Because that's diplomacy. Building browser. Lists. Also, I don't think we have any soldiers. I just realized that. We actually need to start making an army. Yeah, we have 0 armies, 0 agents, 0 everything. That's great. All right, start. Oh, crap, that's right. We got roads to build. Let's make some roads up here. Yeah, we need to make a bunch of roads real quick. I might have to deconstruct some things. Making roads is very, very important. Are these railroads? They are railroads. Alright. But I think after this we definitely need to start making moolah off the wazoo. Alright. So what would we be making? Trade. So total income for exports to trade partners, 6 grand. Politics. Oh, then we can tax the middle class. Tax the lower class. Jefferson Davis the third. Where's our General Lee from Virginia? Let's see. Virginia was split in two, if I remember correctly. Let's see. Confederate Volunteer Infantry Line. 320 men. God, I love these things. Can I move this? No, I cannot. 200 upkeep cost. That's fine. Cavalry dragoons. Just get a couple of you real quick. Quick, fast, in a hurry. Oh, these are line infantry right here. What are these guys? They're also line infantry. Okay. So these are just line infantry. Okay, let's... Instead of recruiting here, let's recruit here. Let's see if we can take this as fast as possible. Because I don't know where they're going to be recruiting. I need... Take that away. I need to recruit... Yeah. I think doing that will be fine for now. See what happens. Trade agreement. We'll just accept it. Got lots of trade. Chronicle, the American Civil War, 1861 to 1865. Bloodiest war in America. Was a bitter sectional rebellion between the United States of America and the Confederate States of America, formed of 11 southern governments which moved to secede from the Union, after the 1860 election of what's that? Of Barack Obama. Why, Legion? Why are you getting so derpy? Abraham Lincoln, actually not looked up, but I researched Abraham Lincoln and did a bunch of reports on him. He's awesome. As President of the United States, Union victory was eventually achieved by leveraging advantages in population, manufacturing, and logistics, and through a strategic naval blockade denying the South's access to the world's markets. Basically, the Union had everything except certain goods like cotton, tobacco. Basically, anything that was farming, the South had. Everything that was industrial, the North had. North had a lot more men, too. Mostly because they brought in black people. Actually, if you really want to know a good story, go watch Glory. I was actually just watching it before I started the episode. Very, very awesome movie. So, in many ways, the conflict's central issues, the enslavement of African Americans, the role of constitutional federal government, and the rights of states are still not completely resolved. Not surprisingly, the Confederate Army surrendered at Appomattox on April 9th, 1865. Did little to change many Americans' attitudes toward the potential powers of the central government. The passage of the 13th, 14th, and 15th Amendments to the Confederate Constitution in the years immediately followed the war couldn't change the racial prejudice prevalent among Americans of the day. And the process of Reconstruction couldn't heal the deeply personal wounds inflicted by 4 brutal years of war and more than 970,000 casualties. Holy crap, Leech, come on. 3% of the population, including approximately 560,000 deaths. As a result, controversies affected by the war's unresolved social, political, economic, and racial tension continued to shape contemporary American thought. The cause of war, the reasons for the outcome, and even the name of the war itself are subjects of much controversy even today. Yep. Reasons for war. Before the Constitution of the United States of America became the supreme law of the land in 1789, the sole basis for recognizing a white person's right to hold a black person as property was the common law of the state in which the white person resided. The American people recognized the duty of the United States government to deliver up a black person escaping from a slave state, but there was nothing within their constitution that said their government must recognize the right of a white person to hold a black person as property. The founding fathers used the Constitution as the means to control the power of democracy in order to protect the minority from the tyranny of the majority. If the power of the democracy attempted to usurp the law, whatever the moral ground it claimed, the retribution it faced was civil war. As its root, the American Civil War was about the human impulse not to submit willingly to the power of the majority to oppress. It is this sacred heritage, the power of the people to change their government, that both free black and white alike shared, though sorely used to the post-war struggle for social equality between the races. The flag of the Confederate States of America is a most poignant reminder of the fact the Confederacy fought for their common law rights regarding slavery and their legal right to leave the Union, whilst the Union fought to preserve the Union and enforce the U.S. Constitution over the common law regarding slavery. Reward. Can't see the reward. Okay. So there is a lot of controversial things. I'm not going to talk about it, or try my very best not to talk about it. It's really hard not to, because I have certain opinions and stuff, and no one cares about that. And of course, being taught a different history than the North, it is really hard to argue who's right, who's wrong. Is this right? Is this wrong? I don't believe any country should have slaves. Just right off the bat, right there. No. Bad. Slavery was actually declining in the South. It was interesting. It was eventually this is the stupidest thing I've ever seen. What is this? Unless there's some sort of swamp right here. Oh my gosh. Okay. But yeah, the slavery in the South was actually declining because of technology. It was also rising in other places in the South. So, again, not everyone in the South has slaves. It was definitely more of a rich man's thing than the common folk. So anyone that thinks all white people had slaves, no, it's just flat out not true. I'm gonna try and get my economy going so we can get those troops out. My family never owned slaves. And also, it wasn't just black slaves being released. It was all slaves. There were Irish slaves. There were German slaves. There were Native American slaves, Hispanic slaves. All sorts of different slaves. They were all released. And also, the prejudice part was on both the Union and the South. So now that's done. Let us get more troops armed and ready. War has come. War hasn't come yet. We haven't actually done anything. 300. Regular infantry. Let's continue doing volunteer. Let's do that. And God, 200 men. This is a cavalry unit. The South also had the most cavalry. They had the best cavalry too. Frickin' General Lee. Oh, why couldn't you been on the North? Oh well. I'm thinking get one of you. Oh, we also, before I go any further, I need to make sure everyone has at least this. There we go. Cool. I will be certain things that I say out because I know they're quite controversial, and I really don't want a war in the chat for something that I said that was stupid. All right, trade agreement. Abe Lincoln. Their offers 25K. Oh, they fuck you. Oh, Upper Texas. I was like, nope. I mean, I could take it back. Whoa. The South succeeds with Abraham Lincoln, the Republican staunch unionist and known opportunist. Also, if I say something wrong, please forgive me. To slavery, elected president of the United States. The South Carolina legislature perceives a threat. Colonist state convention. The delegates voted to remove the state of South Carolina from the Union on 20th December 1860, claiming it their constitutional right to do so. The cession of South Carolina is followed by 6 more states: Mississippi 9th January 1861, Florida 10th January 1861, Alabama 11th January 1861, Georgia 19th January 1861, Louisiana 26th January 1861, and Texas 1st of February 1861. In contrast, the territory of Kansas is given statehood and admitted into the Union. First use of telescopic sights? What? The standard weapon of the... Oh! Okay, yeah, so this is when scopes start getting into use. The standard weapon of the sharpshooters, light infantry troops recruited for the marksmanship skills, was the Sharp's breech-loading rifle, but frequently the writings of the sharpshooters mention another rifle, a heavy target rifle used only by an assigned shooter for long-range work, the muzzle-loading caplock rifle. By the time of the Civil War, target shooting in the United States was a well-established and very accurate science. The Sharps loaders were a step in the right direction for speed of loading and accuracy combined, but they were not really any more accurate than submersive civilian hunting rifles of the period. This is why there were also special service rifles with the sharpshooters, such as the caplock rifle, which could also be fitted with a telescopic sight for additional long-range accuracy. Introduced from 1861 onward, this was the first recorded instance of telescopic sights being used for military purposes. The South succeeds. Alright. So we are building up our military as fast as possible. Oh, look at this! Alright, where's Lee? Robert Lee! Robert E. Lee, best general in the U.S. The beast. Let's get some cannons. Oh, we're getting dudes! Confederate. I have no idea what this is. Zovies. These volunteer dazzle their enemies with their fancy uniforms. We're going to have a limit of 8. Do you have any more of those type troops? Nope. Let's get some cannons. We're definitely going to need it. And let's get some more... let's go to our army. Let's get 2 of you. We're definitely going to need more of these guys. Probably get that. We'll see. We'll see what happens. Start building all this up here in Virginia. Virginia! Probably gonna keep most of this area down here as a more for money building than anything else. Virginia. Have I been to Virginia? I'm pretty sure I've been to Virginia. If not, I need to go. I need to travel around the country and really, like, take in all the sights. Because if you only live in one state for most of your life, it's just... You just don't understand what's out there. Hell, if you just live in your own country all your life, you gotta get out. Gotta get out and about. Check out other countries. Might find out that not every country's bad, or every state, or wherever it is, they're not always bad. Oh, I so want to attack. But we will not. Not yet. I don't know. How's this? How about we... I don't want to trade them. I don't want to trade. Nope, nope, nope. Repression in the region. I'm going to make the Upper Texas, Wichita. Yeah, Wichita Falls. Make that into that. Let's get you going. Is there anything that we can make? I might want to start... Yes, let's start getting that ready. So we start heading up to Missouri and all this area up here. This is where it's going to start getting real bad. So, I don't know. They still want to do it, and they're doing for... Abe Lincoln, my boy. Oh, enemies with the Brits. Time to attack. Nope. Screw you. The South creates a government. At a convention in Montgomery, Alabama, the 7 succeeding states create the Confederate Constitution, a document very similar to the United States Constitution, but with greater emphasis on the autonomy of each state. Southern Democrat Jefferson Davis is named as the provincial president of the Confederacy until elections can be held. The Southern state troops began to seize federal forts and military stores throughout the South, stating that these are now Confederate state property. Run low on my Arizona tea. Not sponsored. Yes. Robert E. Lee. Anyways. The idol of the South to this day, Virginia Edward Lee, has some difficulty in adjusting to the new form of warfare that unfolds with the Civil War, but this does not prevent him from keeping the Union armies in Virginia at bay for almost 3 years. The son of the Revolutionary War hero Light Horse Harry Lee, he was attended West Point and graduated second in his class. During his 4 years at the military academy, he did not carn a single demerit and served as the cadet corps adjutant. I do apologize if I mispronounced that. I don't recognize the word. Upon his 1829 graduation, he was posted to the engineers, particularly distinguishing himself scouting for and guiding troops. He won 3 brevets and slightly wounded at Chapultepec. Chapultepec. Do apologize. During the Mexican War, Lee became superintendent of the military academy in 1852. When the mounted arm was expanded in 1855, Lee accepted the lieutenant of the 2nd Cavalry in order to escape from the painful, slow promotion in the engineers. Ordered to Western Texas, he served with his regiment until the 1857 death of his father-in-law forced him to ask whoop, for a series of leaves to settle the estate. Excuse me. In 1859, he was called upon to lead a force of U.S. Marines to put an end to John Brown's Harper's Ferry raid, which he successfully concluded. Thereafter, he served again in Texas until summoned to Washington in 1861. Winfield Scott. He tried to retain Lee in the U.S. service, but the Virginian rejected the command of the Union field forces on the day after Virginia succeeded. He then accepted an invitation to visit Governor John Letcher in Virginia. His resignation as colonel of the 1st U.S. Cavalry, to which he had recently been promoted. He is accepted on April 25th, 1861, and he is constantly bestowed with overall command on the Confederate Armed Forces in Virginia, Confederate Civil Service. The Civil Service is created by the professional government meeting on February 4th, 1861, copy the same basic pattern as the previous United States federal government. The imbalance between the Union and the Confederation leads to a total war, setting for the Confederates with all resources dedicated toward that war. This includes conscription, radical taxation, and the seizure of goods, and as such, the Treasury and War departments are heavily expanded during the war and cope with the work. Of the 7,000 odd employees of the Confederate Civil Service over the course of the war, 57,124 work for the Department of War. This department employs large numbers of African Americans, children, and women, as without these they are unable to deal with their war work. There are 6 departments: Department of State, Department of the Treasury, War Department, Department of the Navy. Pretty interesting stuff. I wasn't actually going to read these, but I decided to because it's really interesting. I really want to learn more about the Civil War. I want to relearn, if anything, and see what's going on here. Government popularity 68. So we're going up. So we're doing good. Robert Toombs, Christopher Minger, Benjamin, Judah, Leroy Walker, and Stephen Mallory. All right. So this is all leading up to the Great War. Not a Great War, but I mean, eventually a Great War comes out, but it's not the Great War just yet, guys. Dragoons. Everyone's just on Dragoon. All right. Some of these names will look. Oh, Pickett. Hey, it's Pickett. Let's get Pickett. Yeah, some of these names. I gotta read some books again. I have some audiobooks I have to reread. All right. Do we have anything down here? No, we don't. I don't know why I thought I did, but I did. Didi. Get out of my laboratory. Start getting a bunch of crops going. War is upon us. We must be ready. Know what's really funny? The Union actually blockaded Texas. Actually, the entire South, if I'm being honest with you, but definitely Texas area in the Gulf of Mexico. And how they actually got trade in through the other states from Texas was they dressed up as Mexicans. So they look like Mexican traders, and they got through the blockade. I thought that was really interesting. That's a random memory that I had back in middle school, that they taught us in middle school. Middle school. Jeez. Expensive puppies. Whew, buddy. Union States, still in the United States, Union States. Here we go. Slavery in the slave states, Union, Uncle Tom's Cabin. So, American Civil War Chronicles. By the way, if you skip these, if you don't want to hear me read them. Slavery in the slave states. In Virginia, before the Civil War, the ownership of persons held to service was commonplace throughout all classes and conditions of society. The whites held legal title to Africans as chattel under the common law of Virginia, and used the labor of the slaves primarily as collateral for the payment of mortgages, family settlements, and negotiable instruments transferable through the banks anywhere in the South. By 1857, the ordinary plight of the Africans held to service in Virginia was not much different than the plight of the serfs in Russia. The peons of Mexico, or the Irish in Boston. See? Anyways, they were held in the service as much by the economic and social realities of the times as they were by the threat of the shackles and chains. They were certainly better off than the decimated, hungry Comanche bands held under the thumb of the American military of the reservations. Pretty sure this is after the Trail of Tears as well, if I'm correct. Was it? No, yes? Shoot, when was Trail of Tears? I need to learn my history all over again, ladies and gents. I'm an American, I don't know my own history. That's not uncommon to hear from Americans. We don't know our own history. It's sad, but true. Of the 500,000 Africans in Virginia in 1857, 60,000 were free outright, and many others were released for 1-year terms in third parties who paid wages to the owners in exchange for the Africans' labor. Of the 170,000 Africans resided in Maryland in 1857, 84,000 were free inhabitants. In Delaware, of the 21,000 Africans in the state, 20,000 were free. The Africans held on the Virginia farms, like those at the White House in Washington, D.C., cared for the animals, tilled the fields, and brought in the crops. They lived in a way of life that remained unchanged for 50 years after the end of the Civil War, except for the fact that after 1865, they held the paper rights to claim the fruits of their labor as their own. Uncle Tom's Cabin. Uncle Tom's Cabin, or Life Among the Lowly, is the anti-slavery novel by American Arthur Harriet? Hold on a second. Is that E? Harriet? I'm just going to say Harriet. Beecher Stowe. Published in 1852, the novel had a profound effect on attitudes toward African Americans and the slavery in the United States, so much so in the later case that the novel intensified the sectional conflict leading to the American Civil War. Stowe, a Connecticut-born teacher at the Hartford Female Academy and an active abolitionist, focused the novel on the character of Uncle Tom, a long-suffering black slave around whom the stories of other characters, both fellow slaves and slave owners, revolved. The sentiment novel depicts that cruel reality of slavery while also asserting that Christian love can overcome something as destructive as enslavement of fellow human beings. Uncle Tom's Cabin was the best-selling novel of the 19th century and the second best-selling book of the century following the Bible. Oh, dang. And is credited with helping fuel the abolitionist, I can't say it, cause in the 1850s. In the first year after it was published, 30,000 copies of the book were sold in the United States alone. The book impact was so great that when Abraham Lincoln met Stowe at the state of American Civil War, at the start of the American Civil War, Lincoln, Civil War. Lincoln is often quoted as having declared, "So this is the little lady who made this big war." The book, and even more the plays it inspired, also helped create a number of stereotypes about blacks, many of in which endure to this day. These include the affectionate, dark-skinned mammy, the pickaninny stereotype of black children, and the Uncle Tom or dutiful. Hold on a second. Is it doubtful? No. Doubtful. Long-suffering, servant faithful to his white master of mistress. In recent years, the negative associations with Uncle Tom's Cabin have, to an extent, overshadowed by historical impact of the book as a vital anti-slavery tool. Whew, lots of reading today. Really interesting. I actually need to read that book. I know I have another book around here that I need to read again. It was really, really good. It told the life of one of the soldiers in the one in the Union and one in the Confederacy. Call this Star Wars right here. Anyways, but yeah, it was really, really interesting. Also, can I not change, or do I have to start? I was pretty sure that I could. No, I can't, because I would have to actually destruct it to make certain things. Huh. I wonder if we have ships. I doubt we do. It's most likely we don't. Destruction. All right, that's almost done. We are... You know, I am going to make this to that just to prepare. Again, try to get as much money as possible while there is nothing going on right now. But at the same time, preparing our boys for war. Which is not exactly helping us in the long run. Well, it might help us in the long run. We might be able to take some of their provinces. Them Yankees. Ha! One left. Okay. Most of these turns are just me reading. I think it's kind of funny. Mexico! Alright. So it's just Mexico. Alright, Mexico. Wait. Their offers, their demands. We are not giving Texas back. In a treaty? Get the fuck out of here. Screw you. Screw you. We are going to war with gosh dang Mexico, and we're going to take all Mexico. Like we should have. No, I'm kidding. Kidding. All right, let's do this. Lincoln inaugurated. There it is. On 4th March 1861, Abraham Lincoln is inaugurated as President of the United States of America. The new president states that he has no plans to end slavery in those states where it already exists, which is very true. But also says that he will not accept secession, despite Lincoln's plans that the present national crisis can be settled diplomatically. His inauguration speech is received with an anti-union rhetoric throughout the South. John Reb and Billy Yank. Johnny Reb, or Johnny Rebel, is the national personification of the Southern states' soldiers. Southern patriots also use Johnny Reb to symbolize the lost souls of the war, and he is typically personified as a young, poor, uneducated white male who has not yet attained 15 years of age, dressed in gray and wearing either a gray forage cap or a wide brimmed gray hat with the front turned upwards. He is also usually depicted alongside a Confederate battle flag. This one down here, not Lee's flag. There is a difference, ladies and gents. Trust me, there is. I'm actually thinking of getting a Confederate flag, put it in my room, just because. No, there's no like. It's not like, oh, this is like the most important thing, because I have a Texas flag. No, sorry, I don't have a Texas flag. I have a come and take it flag, which is from Texas, during the war with Mexico, the Texas Revolution. I need to get a Texas flag, and I need to get a Confederate flag. Things to remember. I'm part of the South. I am, or used to be, a Texan. But of course, above all, I have an American flag in my room, and it's above them all. Always make sure you always keep it higher than any other flag in the U.S. Number one, I am American. Anyways, that was just me. Billy Yank is the personification of the northern states, and political cartoonists also use Billy Yank and his Confederate counterpart to symbolize the combatants in the war. Billy Yank is usually pictured wearing a regulation blue Yankee uniform with 4 brace buttons on the front and blue forage cap with a rounded flat top and leather visor. That's pretty cool. Okay, we're getting 17K. We need to definitely, again, just build. I'm getting as many cheap things as possible because I don't want to just blow all my money on just a couple of things. Get all the cheaper stuff. Region income, it gives us 7%. Plus, it gives us a gentleman. I don't know when that's going to happen. Ooh. Yes. Yes. All right. There we go. Aha! Aha! Here, aha! They're preparing! They are preparing, ladies and gents. Prepare for battle! Let's see. 32. 24 howitzer. Let's see. So 8 guns. 8 guns. Firepower. 48. 40. Get 2 of you. See what we got. So we got 24. Oh, it even has it right here. 24 pounders. And we're about to get some, 32 pounders. Get 2 of those. We're going to need some more cavalry in this. Probably going to get some more Confederate Parsons Rangers. Let's see. I might get one of you, 1 or 2 of these guys. Then get some more of these Confederate regular infantry. I need to spread some of these guys out. I need to, let's see, do they all just form there, or can I get them over here? Probably get them over here if I started. Let's see. Yes, I can. So if I get this over here, I'll be able to buy them there. Cool. Good to know. Oh, that's right. We're at war with friggin' Mexico. Ugh. I don't know when the Civil War is going to begin, but I am preparing. They are definitely prepared. So, this is going to get very interesting very quick. By the way, did I put my timer on? I never put my timer on. That's okay. I'll definitely be cutting this episode up. It's mostly just going to be me chatting, having fun. So, American Civil War Chronicles. Attack on Fort Sumter and the Union Call to Arms. It's going to be a pretty good read. Let's go. Attack on Fort Sumter. When the President Lincoln plans to send supplies to the Union-held Fort Sumter in Charleston Harbor, South Carolina, he alerts the Confederate authorities in advance. South Carolina, however, fears this to be a trick to supply the fort with ammunitions, and on 10th April, the surrender of the fort is demanded by Confederate military authorities at Charleston. The garrison commander refuses, and 2 days later, Confederate artillery batteries begin a bombardment of the fort. Unable to reply effectively, the garrison surrendered at 2:30 p.m. on 13th April with no losses of life on either side. That's cool. That's good. And the garrison is evacuated to safety. The Union's refusal to quit the fort is seen as an act of aggression, which strengthens support for the Confederacy in the South. The Union Call to Arms. At the outbreak of the American Civil War, the United States Army had 16,000 officers and men. Of these, 313 officers left to join the Confederate Army, which was one of them was General Lee. On the 15th April 1861, Abraham Lincoln calls on the governors of the northern states to provide 75,000 militiamen to serve the 3 months to put down the insurrection, or, in his own words, to invade, overrun, and subjugate the southern states. Virginia, North Carolina, Arkansas, Tennessee, and Tennessee all refused to send troops, instead hold conventions on the question of secession and entry into the Confederacy. Kentucky and Missouri are also unwilling to supply men, but decided not to take sides in the conflict. Some states respond well to Lincoln's call for volunteers. The governor of Pennsylvania offers 25 regiments, whereas Ohio provides 22. Most men are encouraged to enlist by bounties offered by state governments. This money mainly tracks the poor and the unemployed, and many immigrants arriving in the large northern ports, such as New York and Boston, are enlisted into the Union Army immediately upon their arrival from Ireland, Britain, and the European countries. Many black Americans also attempt to join the Army. However, the War Department quickly announces that it has no intention to call into service of the government any colored soldiers. Instead, black volunteers are given jobs as camp attendants, waiters, and cooks. Eventually, they got into the war, which was really, really cool. They had one regiment as a test, and if you want to know what happened to that regiment, definitely check out again Glory. It's a really good movie. I definitely suggest it. It's really, really cool. I've always had arguments, people saying like, "Oh, the black people never, or African Americans never join the North, and that was one hell of a lie. It was later in the war. It was in the middle of the war. They were also paid 1/3 of what whites would get, or basically anyone else would get. It was not just whites. It was majority of the Union forces and the Confederate forces were white, but there were, as you saw, European peeps, but there were not only just white people coming over. So, anyways, Virginia succeeds. In disgust at President Lincoln's call for 75,000 volunteers, the state of Virginia secedes from the Union on 17th April 1861, becoming the 8th state to do so. The cause alarm and problem for the North. This causes alarm and problem for the North. Virginia is a large, wealthy state with industrialized regions and many of the best ex-West Point officers, such as Robert E. Lee, hailed from there. Yep. Virginia was basically split, even though it was under Confederate control. It was the entire populace was split, brother fought against literal brother. In addition, the secession of Virginia brings the Confederate border dangerously close to the Union capital, Washington, D.C., and because of its tactical and economic position, the capital of the Confederate States of America is moved from Montgomery, Alabama, to Richmond, Virginia, shortly afterwards. That's a weird spelling right there. Yep. Oh, look at that. They're getting their troops. All right. Johnson, Hood, Mosby, Longstreet, Jackson, James E. Stewart. All right. I want to get 2 more view. I want to be ready. All right, they are going to be coming for us. So we need to be ready down here as well. There we go. I'm actually going to get... You know what? Let's get 2 cavalry. There's a bunch of troops getting ready down here. Let's get that. Two cavalry members down there. And prepare our troops. Ooh, look at that. Plantational estate. Alright, getting to that point. Pretty cray-cray. Pretty cray-cray stuff. So yeah, the South felt betrayed by Abraham Lincoln. The war didn't start because of slavery. Slavery was definitely a point, but it wasn't the main cause. They felt betrayed than anything from the president. Again, slavery was a point, but it's not the main point. Even though people want to say it's the main point, it's definitely not the main point. Trade agreements! Why? No. First you're telling me trade agreement's gonna be $25K, and now it's Robert E. Lee! Ah! Sorry, he's a cool dude. The idol of the South to this day, Virginia Robert E. Lee has some difficulty in adjusting to the new form of war. Yeah, we already read this actually. Guaranteed. Yeah, we already. Again, Texas summoned the Washington. Yeah, so this is just a repeat. So we don't have to read that. Yay! Prepare for war. Oh, Washington, D.C. It's right there. Right there. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Anyways, my southern blood is boiling. Boiling for a fight. Alright, we're gonna bring these two together and we're gonna march down to Mexico. New Spain. Robert E. Lee is now in command. Get these two guys next, and then I might just make those two. I'm going to send that cavalry down here. I'm going to meet them up with this force down here. We will be taking Frankfort, Kentucky, and of course Washington, D.C. as soon as possible when the war starts. Might as well start bringing troops to the border. The Rio Grande gives Texas that awesome shape. Texas actually used to be have more land than it does now. It used to actually have land in New Mexico and in Colorado and in Oklahoma. They actually had to sell a bunch of that land to pay for the war from Mexico. The Confederacy declares war. Do we now declare war with the U.S. or the Union? Yeah, it's still the U.S. Union States, United States. Same thing. All right, the Confederacy declares war on 6th of May, 1861. The Confederate States of America formally declares war in the United States of America, officially plunging the nation into civil war. The Confederate government in Richmond refuses to take the northern military buildup lying down and sees this as a direct threat to its own sovereignty. Refusing to recognize the Confederacy, the remaining Union states do not acknowledge this declaration as such, but view the stance of the Confederacy as one of the rebellion against the U.S. government, which it was. More southern states succeed, showing their support for the Virginia's stance. Two more southern states vote to secede from the Union in May of 1861 to begin to recruit volunteer armies. On 6th of May, the state of Arkansas joined the Confederacy, followed by the state of the North Carolina, on 20th May. The Anaconda Plan. Hopefully I said that right. On hearing the news, Fort Sumter in Charleston Harbor had been taken, Abraham Lincoln calls a special session of Congress and proclaims a blockade of the Gulf of Mexico ports. Yep, I was right on that. This strategy is based on the Anaconda Plan developed by General Winfield Scott, the commanding general of the Union Army. It involves the Army occupying the line of the Mississippi and blockading Confederate ports. Scott believes that if this is done successfully, the South would have to negotiate a peace deal. However, at the start of the war, the U.S. Navy has only a small number of ships and is in no position to guard all 3,000 miles of southern coast, resulting in many Confederate imports and exports successfully passing through the blockade. Cool. All right, can we do it? Can we do it? Can we do it? Can we do it? Daddy, can we do it? Can we declare war?
Waiting for your orders.
Okay, I got one more. Let's start bringing these guys down to here. Holy crap, it's gonna take us a while. That's okay. Start getting that stuff ready.
Anything more? Troops. Yes, sir.
Make sure we got that. The 11th Regiment of Dragoons and 12th Regiment of Dragoons. Oh, because it's Dragoons. Yeah. I was like, what? 30th men. Yeah. Cool. I wish you could rename some of these guys to like the 7th West Virginia Let's get a couple of you. Some of you. There we go. That'll be nice. We do need to get a general down here if we can. Oh, the war! It begins!
Yes, sir.
Aw, what happened? American Civil War! I wish I was in Dixie. I wish I was in Dixie. I Wish I Was in Dixie is a popular song about the southern states. It was allegedly composed by musical performance Daniel Emmett, a northerner from Ohio. It was first published in 1859. Emmett's blackface minstrel show, Trope, debuted the song that some year in New York City, and it became an immediate hit. As with other minstrel show numbers, the song was performed in blackface and in exaggerated, there we go, black English accents. The song proved extremely popular and became widely known simply as Dixie, becoming the unofficial anthem of the Confederate States of America. The origins of the nickname remain obscure according to a dictionary of Americanisms. On historical principles, three theories most commonly attempt to explain the term. All right. I love that. Americanisms. That's great. Number one, the word Dixie refers to privately issued currency from banks in Louisiana. These banks issued $10 notes labeled Dixie, French for 10, on the reverse side, and became known as Dixies by English-speaking Southerners and the area around New Orleans, and the French-speaking parts of Louisiana came to be known as Dixieland. Eventually, usage of the term broadened to refer to most of the southern states. Number two, the word preserves the name of a Mr. Dixie, a kind slave owner on Manhattan Island where slavery was legal until 1827. His rule was so kindly that Dixieland became famed far and wide as an Elysium abounding in material comforts. Number three, Dixie derives from Jeremiah Dixon of the Mason-Dixon line from define the border between Maryland and Pennsylvania, and for the most part, free enslaved states. I think number one is the most legit. Not gonna lie. Alabama is nicknamed the Heart of Dixie due to its geographical location within the region. All right, boys and girls, ladies and gents, let us go to war. We're going to save this real quick. Let's go.
Battalions ready.
Declare war.
Make ready for battle.
All right. We're going to demand their surrender. Surrender refused. Good. Attack. 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 General Lee, lead our forces to victory. Here we go. All right, look at our cavalry. Holy crap. Let's see what's one. That's just one. Holy crap. Hello, boys. Oh my gosh, look at the cavalry. Ah! Oh, buddy. Keep it inside your pants, Legion. Oh, that's right. We can have bayonets. But of course, once we put bayonets on, we can't get them off. That's right. Interesting. So once we put bayonets on, that's it. But for you... Oh, sorry. Wrong one. This is what I was looking for. But for no, you're the same way. No, you have bayonets on. Yeah, you have. Yeah, the bayonets are on.
Fix bayonets!
They have bayonets. So these are the not Confederate states. These are Confederate regular infantry. These are volunteers. So these are the regular infantry. These are the volunteers. So we're gonna put the volunteers up front. Usually the best way to do this was...
Line infantry!
Holy crap. Holy crap, that's... Oh, they are doing that. Yeah, bayonets on too. Fancy! Fancy, fancy, fancy. There's General Lee's flag. Where's my... The Confederate flag is this right here. It almost looks like the Texas flag. So what we are going to do is I want... Let's see, how are we gonna do this? Yeah, I guess we're just gonna do it like that for now because Empire Total War was pretty weird. Alright, where General Lee? Sup, General Lee? That's not General Lee. He doesn't look anything like the part. He's an older man. Older gentleman.
At your service!
Why do you only have 12? It's weird. Hopefully we can fix that. Okay. So you boys, I'm going to keep you guys more towards the sides here. Same thing with you guys. You're going to be more in the flanking group. Make sure they don't have any things here. And then, oh, artillery. The Southern artillery. Let's go. This should be nice. I want... Yeah. Let's do more... A little bit further up. I don't like their positioning right here because it's in the forest area. But I think it's just gonna have to do. Just gonna have to do.
Orders! Battery reporting!
And of course, these guys have this. But yeah, the best way to do this, usually with this game, was just put everyone in one big line. Sometimes what I would like to do is split them in two. And put them basically to the sides of the artillery. So when they got too close, we would just shoot them with frickin' shrapnel shot. So... Ways over here. Let's do this. There's the not the Confederates. There's the Union. Kill the ball. In command. Forward. Oh, listen to that. Battalion, forward! Oh, I love it! Oh, I so love it! Oh, this is the good old days because you could actually like put people up here. That's what I'm actually gonna do. We're gonna run these guys. Run! Know what we're gonna do? We're gonna run you up there. Run you guys up there. Forward! Cannons! Reload! Here they come, boys! Alright, let's see if this works. Nope. Look at that! Ham hard, boys! Fire here. All cannons, fire upon their cannons. Oh yeah, that's right, I have cavalry. I completely forgot about the cavalry. Oh, what's this? Take out the cavalry! I mean, not the cavalry, the, Da, 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 da. Let's go, boys! Alright, this... Over here, boys! Over here! Here we go! Get ready! Fire at will! Kill them, Union dogs! Boy, the regiment of foot. Let's see, do these guys have... They do have bayonet. Oh, look, it's a black regiment. Union colored infantry. Not good. Get them, boys! Fire at will! Ready and fire! Alright, turn, boys. I don't know why you guys are turning, but... Alright, cannons. Alright, especially these two. General Lee's just like, I am very pleased at this battle. Oh my gosh, what is happening here? Keep firing at will, boys! It's sick! Oh, shit! I wasn't paying attention. Poor cavalry! Cavalry charge! Like, oh shit.
Sound the charge.
Sound the charge, I love it. They're coming around, coming around. Alright, get in lines. Get those men into lines. Alright, get closer, get closer. Get on that hill. Sick. Where was he? Oh, nice. Good, good, good. Some of these guys. Oh, we have the high ground, boys. I want to try to get the flag up here. The banner boy. Did we get him? Did we get him? Oh, so close, so close, so close. Let's try it again. Let's try again. Try again. Oh, so close again. I want the banner boy up here. Oh, it's fine. It's fine. We did good, boys. We're doing good. Keep firing. No! Cavalry! Artillery's still firing. These boys get up to here. Since they are howitzers, they actually fire up, which is awesome. We got 2 Union troops attacking us here. And we do have bayonets on, so... These boys up here. These boys up here. Charge them up. Yes, 3 there. How many? I don't think that many are gonna survive. Company! Oh, it's delicious. Turn forward, men. Turn forward. Forward! This is great. I love this. I just love the amount of firing that's going on right now. Actually, no, cavalry, cavalry, stay back. You're gonna get friendly fired. Stay back here. Artillery, what is... Okay, you're all the way up to here. Nice. So we're actually shooting these guys. So this artillery, you're done. General Lee, get up here. We're gonna get this artillery up to here by the time we get done, of course. We don't need the artillery. Won't be needing the artillery, so get them up. Get these Confederate soldiers up here. Let's go. Cavalry up here. I did lose a stupid amount of losses for the cavalry and for these guys for not paying attention. So I just love the scale. Just the amount. I'm trying to remember how to take this away. I can't figure it out. I'll probably figure it out next time. We'll see what happens. Fort William! Give a rebel yell, boys! Ah! Alright, artillery! Ready? Prepare the artillery. This is when artillery had like no, like, they had unlimited ammunition, which was stupid. Alright, let's get these boys all the way up here. Forward! Oh, insert, that's right. Insert was this. It's not F7 or F8. That's weird. It said it was. Well, it doesn't matter. The Union's on the retreat, sir! Oh, is our artillery hitting? Oh, yeah, they are. Yes, they are. Artillery! Ready the charge. See, they're only firing from the front line here. They're not firing double or triple lines. So this is actually a little bit better. Oh. Game. Game. Don't do this to me, game. Game crashed on me! No! Well, that's probably going to be it for today, guys. It's going to be a rebel victory. So, anyway, guys, if you enjoyed this first episode, thank you guys so much for watching. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. If you did, please comment, like, subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace out. Oh my Lord, 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 Lord.